car 188. Car 188. Ambulance, follow-up. 116 West 40th. 116 West 40. Report apartments.
Dead on arrival.
DOA, huh? Who is he?
Dr. Crosby had an office in the building.
Come on, Ryan. Get it away.
Wait a minute. What's this? He's been shot.
Shot? Are you sure, Doc?
Sure, a large caliber bullet right over the heart. Report studio apartments. Doctor who? Who? All right, have the body taken back in the house and stand by. I'll send Sergeant Melody over.
Report studio apartments over on 40th Street. Doctor was shot and then got himself run over.
Shot and run over? That's enough to kill a man.
He was killed.
Anybody important?
No, a Dr. Crosby, a shady medical over on 40th Street.
Never heard of him.
Practicing physician, mostly malpractice. Not interested, huh?
Sure, but not excited. Got any idea who killed him?
You got hit with a buzzsaw. Would you know which tooth did it? Might be any one of a dozen. But it'll get a paragraph in your paper the first day. Second day, about an inch. Then you'll forget it.
Until we dig back and find out that you didn't solve it.
Well, you're not going to do any digging back in this case. You're going to sweat through it with us.
Well, with Melody on the case, I better have my trunk moved in.
Aren't you frightened? I'm scared to death. Well, anyway, he had it coming to him.
Let's not talk about it.
Pretty elephant. Beautiful.
But they weren't worth it. Well, I'll go get dressed. Put them in the bag for me, will you? They're the only insurance I've got. Well, that's that. Put this in, too, will you, hon? What's the matter?
I hate to see you go.
Oh, cut it out. You'll have me doing it myself in a minute.
You'll take good care of yourself.
As good as I can. Oh, Nora, please stop it.
Well, goodbye.
And look, remember everything I've told you. Check out of here just as soon as I leave. And above all, don't go near any place where you're apt to meet friends of Crosby's.
Yes.
Understand? Bye-bye.
Good luck.
Thanks.
You're the doorman, huh?
That's me.
Let's have it.
What?
What happened?
Oh. Well, I was standing in the lobby, and I heard the brakes of the car, and I ran out, and there I saw the cab driver.
You see, Kitty, here's me, driving down 40th Street, going about 20.
What's the idea of shimmying like that?
I'm crossing 6th Avenue, bumping over the tracks.
Never mind acting it out. It was your business to stop.
You're telling me I did stop. Like the law says, stop and give aid.
Oh, so you did stop.
Who, me? And get myself in a mess of trouble? Get my insurance canceled? Or I'd never be able to drive another hack in this town.
Looks to me like you can't be trusted with one.
Yeah, take me off the street and you'd have to go back to work.
That wouldn't be no novelty to me.
So you're going to listen to me, you're going to keep on making wisecracks. So you see this guy hops in front of my cab. I give the wheel a terrific twist.
Collins? You Collins?
Who, me?
Hack number 08216. Well, get your coat. They want you downtown.
I'll take the wheel.
It's lucky this man remembered your number.
You see, I'm at...
That's all right, Collins. Remember him?
You listen, I'm
Well, he claims that your cab
I
is
know...
the one in which he left his briefcase.
Briefcase?
Yeah. They always forget them in cabs, and they always contain valuable papers.
It's the truth. Yeah. had that fellow for a fare, but I didn't find no briefcase.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Inspector, but I just discovered that I made a mistake. I found my briefcase.
That's fine.
So sorry if I put you to any trouble.
No trouble to us. But what about Collins here?
Eh?
What about the trouble you caused him? I'd put it at about $10 worth. Hey, Collins?
Oh, that's all right, Chief.
Yes, about $10 would just set it right with him.
Well,
That's yours.
Oh, gee, Chief, thanks.
Just so you won't think too bad of us cops.
Oh, anytime I can do anything for you, Chief, I...
Don't mention it.
Look, that's the cab driver. That's him.
Looks like a regulation gun issued by the post office department. Someone's tried to file the serial number off.
Yeah, they didn't do such a good job either.
No, pretty crude. Must have been in a hurry.
Did you know he was dead when you run over him?
No, but I was glad when I found out.
Oh, so you had something against him.
Chief, I never even knew the guy.
Well, you just said you was glad he was dead.
Did I?
Sure.
Well, I wouldn't want to run over a live guy.
Is this the first time you ever hit a man and run? I'll bet it ain't.
Well, gee, you can't drive a taxi in this town for 10 years and not hit nothing. Gee, I hit cars, I hit trees, I hit lamp posts. But so help me, never before in my life did I run over a dead guy.
Who paid you to shoot Dr. Crosby and then run over him to make it look like an accident? Answer me that.
Huh?
You mean that Collins shot the doctor? Then he ran into the doctor's office, dropped the gun on the desk, ran out, climbed into the taxi cab, and then ran over the doctor.
Yes.
What?
Well, maybe he had a Confederate. I never had nothing. There I was, just minding my own business.
We'll leave Collins out of it.
Yeah, sure.
For the moment.
Lock him up.
What charge?
Material witness.
Oh, gee, you can't do this to me. Listen, I stand on my guts.
Now you're getting somewhere.
Sure. Well, we've got the gun that he was shot with. We've got a woman's bedroom slipper. You found this in Crosby's apartment?
Yeah.
Appears to have been worn recently. There are no other signs of any woman's belongings, were there?
That's all.
Probably cleared out in a hurry and overlooked this. L. Hiller. Well, that ought not to be hard to trace. Have one of your men bring her in, Melody. I want to have a talk with her.
Right.
Who is it?
Ship's officer, miss.
I'm sorry to disturb you, miss. I brought you a copy of the passenger list.
Oh, thank you.
Is everything quite all right?
Yes, just fine. Oh, by the way, how far out are we?
We're just passing Lower Manhattan. And the skyline's a mighty pretty sight.
Maybe I'd like to take a last look at it.
Very good, miss. Nice evening, isn't it?
Grand.
I hate to spoil it for you, but I can't help it. You're wanted at headquarters.
More data on the gun used in the Crosby case. Fine. Thanks. Issued July 1930 by the Post Office Department, City of New York, to Francis Scott Graham, airmail pilot. Graham. That name sounds familiar. Look him up, Melody. Get him in here. I want to have a talk with him, too.
Right.
Who's at the stake? Anybody we know?
I don't know, maybe.
Got a smoke?
No, I'm fresh out.
Well, I don't fly all night without something to smoke.
That building over there, get a carton.
Oh, okay. Say, give me a carton of Imperials, will you? Good idea, Graham. You'll need them where you're going. What do you mean? I want to see you over at headquarters. Yeah? What for? Just to talk to you. Come on.
This prescription pad you found in Crosby's apartment may mean something.
Yeah?
It's a carbon copy. I can't make out the prescription, but the name is quite clear. Franz, L-U-B-E-C-K, Lubeck.
Sounds foreign.
German. All right. Dig up Lubeck. He might be the last one that saw Crosby alive.
What's the matter with the lights in here?
The fuse is what's blowing out on this floor.
What's the idea?
What is it you want with me?
There's a murder rap against you downtown.
Ach, ja. I know. I know.
Come on, let's go.
Willie McGuire.
Yeah, Willie the Squealer.
O'Shea says he's been seen going in and out of the Brevard apartments. Oh, he wouldn't have nerve enough to kill anybody. Well, bring him in, see if he can persuade him to talk.
He usually does.
What would you say that Rembrandt is worth?
In Crosby's safe, nothing. To an art collector, $100 grand. What do you know about that?
I'll bet we get nearer 3 for it.
Gonna buy it?
That's our business. Yours is to trick it up so we can get it out of the country.
Well, I guess I'd better be... I guess I'd better not stick around here, huh?
Come here a minute, Willie. Sit down. You did a nice job, Willie.
Sure I did, sure.
You cracked that crib like an old-timer.
Oh, well, I've had lots of practice.
And we're gonna pay you off, just as we promised. But your job's not all done yet.
You mean I gotta do something else?
Yeah. Keep your mouth shut.
Oh, sure.
Now, here's $2 grand. All in small bills, so as you won't suffer any embarrassment. That ought to keep you out of circulation till we've got time to shove off.
You guys needn't worry about me. I'm through. I can't take another rap. That would make me a 4-time loser. I'd get a book full.
Just remember this. In case you should get picked up,
Oh, I won't, honest.
keep your mouth shut. Because if you don't, just as sure as you're born, it's your finish.
And we mean it.
I ain't doubting you.
Just so you remember it. Okay, Willie. Beat it. I don't trust that little rat.
He'll be all right. You scared the pants off him.
He better be all right. I meant every word I said.
What is this, a hoist?
Not exactly. If this dough is yours, which I doubt, you'll get it back.
Don't you know us?
No.
It's just as well. We know you. Come on, let's go.
Where are you guys taking me?
Oh, just to headquarters.
Well, what for? I ain't done nothing honest.
Just making a little shopping tour, huh? What are you doing at the Brevard Apartments?
Hey, what do you want now?
Well, I was just thinking. They can't put me in jail for hitting a dead man.
Well, just play like you ain't in here.
Yeah, and another thing I want to know. Where's my taxi?
In the police garage around the corner.
How's the weather?
Raining.
Oh, I'm losing a fortune.
Anything else you want to know?
Yeah. I want a law book.
What for?
Well, I want to read it.
Well, there used to be one around here.
Be a good fellow and try and get it for me, will you?
Maybe. The only thing is it's written in English.
Now, why don't you save yourself a lot of trouble and tell us who paid you the $2 grand?
Sure, we know why they paid it to you. All we want to know is who it was.
Nobody paid it to me.
Where'd you get it then?
Where did you get it then?
I was minding it for a friend.
Tell me, Miss Ashton, what was the idea of the rush out of the country?
I wasn't rushing. I was going to a job.
And away from one?
Do you mind telling me just why I was arrested?
What happened between you and Dr. Crosby?
Oh, so that's it. He squawked about the stuff.
Stuff?
Here it is. All of it. He can have it back. Now may I go? Or does Dr. Crosby think he'll get a kick out of seeing me in a cell?
I think Dr. Crosby has very little interest in you at the moment. As a matter of fact, he's dead.
Dead?
Shot. Or to put it less pleasantly, murder.
When?
Jewels, eh? Something, new, I imagine.
No. What? The little thief.
Who?
Oh. I guess I was mistaken.
Yes. Yes, I guess you were. Tell me, Miss Ashton. Why did you kill Crosby?
I didn't kill him. I have already told you I didn't kill him.
I know, but what were you doing in his office?
He was my doctor.
Well, what did you go to see him about?
I have told you.
I know. Well, tell me again.
I went to see him about my headaches.
Now, you were the last patient he had. You were the last guy to see him alive.
No.
What?
No, there was another man.
In the office?
Just coming in.
What did he look like?
Oh, I didn't see him so very good. He was tall.
How tall?
Taller as you.
Would you know him if you seen him again?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You're not blind, are you? You've seen him once, and if you seen him again, you'd know him, wouldn't you? You got eyes, ain't you?
Yeah.
Oh, I just want to see if you're telling the truth. Now, we got a line on everybody that was in and out of that building that night. And if you did see anyone, it must be one of these. Now, which one was it? Come on. Who was it? I thought so.
Well, Scotty, it looks as though you've got yourself into another mess of trouble.
Well, let me in on it, will you? What am I here for? What's the charge?
Suspicion.
Suspicion of what?
Murder.
Murder of whom?
For the murder of Crosby.
Crosby. Dr. Crosby?
Oh, you know him, huh?
No.
And why did you say Dr. Crosby?
Name sounded familiar.
Yeah, I bet it did.
This is the gun that killed him.
Yeah?
Yes, the serial number has almost been filed off, but not quite. We've checked up on this and found that it was issued to you when you were flying the mail.
Sold that gun a couple of months ago.
Who'd you sell it to?
Well, some fellow I met in a restaurant.
Speakeasy?
Yeah.
Which one?
I don't remember.
Ain't that too bad?
Scotty, where were you the night before last? That's a cinch. With a couple of friends of mine.
Well, I hope your memory's better this time. Who were they?
Flip Mulford, an old pal, and a general by the name of Ruiz. Read that. That's it. Well, they cracked up.
That's a swell alibi you picked out for an alibi.
Anybody got a cigarette?
Now, why don't you come clean with us? Maybe you had a reason to bump the doc off. You know, there is such a thing as justifiable homicide. And we want to help you. But how can we if you won't let us in on it?
I don't know anything about it. I never heard of Crosby until today.
Come on in, Professor. Is this the man you saw coming into the doctor's office just as you were going out?
Wait a minute, Melody. That's not quite regular.
Well, maybe not, Chief, but we can't split hairs. Well, how about you, Professor?
I saved it up. They picked him up, eh?
Yeah.
They'll get it on him.
Well, if they do, I'll take care of him. Come on.
Ain't no good to me. I gotta work on a defense. This is all about ships at sea.
Well, it's that book or none. It's the only law book in the place. Anyhow, no law's gonna save you. You're gonna fry.
Well, not without a fight, I ain't. First, I'm gonna sue out a writ of nunk-punk-tunk, like it says here. And if that don't work, I'm gonna come across with an order to show cause, a temporary injunction, and restrain of trade, and finally, a habeas corpus. That last one will hold him, that habeas corpus.
Oh, you're all wet, Blackstone. Now, if you'd said subpoena, deuces to come, you'd have had something. But habeas corpus? Never.
Why not a habeas corpus? The man I hit was dead, wasn't he? According to law, he was a corpus.
Ah.
What are you looking for, Sherlock?
The mustard.
You can't even find the mustard.
Say, Chief, let's book Graham and wind it up. I'm getting a little sick of this case.
You're sure it's Graham?
Sure, I'm sure.
But why did he do it?
I don't care why he did it.
Well, I do. That's what we've got to find out.
Well, how? He won't tell us just because we ask him.
Offer him a reward.
There must be a motive somewhere.
A motive will turn up.
Motives don't turn up. You've got to go out and find them.
We got positive identification. The professor seen him.
How about that doorman, Costello?
I sent for him.
Did he say anything about seeing anybody else go in there?
I didn't ask him.
Well, why didn't you?
Well, I can't think of everything.
A lot of things that puzzle me in this case.
Not me.
For instance, the German. Why, when he was told he was up for a murder rap, did he say, I know?
I don't know.
And there's Willie. He must have done something for that $2,000.
All he's done for it so far is to give out about 8 different stories on how he come to get it. I'm expecting a ninth any minute now.
He figures you like fairy stories. It's your baby face.
That leaves the girl.
Yeah. Why did she leave Crosby the night he was killed and grab a boat for Bermuda? It strikes me...
Say, wait a minute. Where is the girl?
In there.
Where's Scotty?
Willow Shake.
Send in Scotty.
What's on your mind?
I'm going to play a hunch.
Gonna sweat him?
No, not exactly. And see here. When I tell you to take Scotty in there, don't tell me that the girl's there.
You know it?
Certainly I know it.
Well, is she?
Go look for the mustard.
All right, O'Shea. Scotty, I'm going to give you one more chance to come clean with me.
I told you everything I know.
That all you're going to say?
That's all I can say.
All right, you asked for it. Melody, have him wait in there.
What's the...
In there.
Come on.
Wait here.
Well, I'm glad somebody was able to find you.
Man, it's been a long time.
Hasn't it? Now I meet you where you can't get away. At least not right away.
Then I tried to get hold of you.
Don't lie to
I'm
me.
not lying, believe me.
Believe you. I waited in that hotel room for 2 weeks. The sap I was.
And you never found out.
Found out what?
Something I should have told you before. We were living on money I'd stolen. They picked me up that day, not far from the hotel. Sent me up for 2 years.
But you could have sent me some word.
At first, but I didn't want you to know. I thought I'd beat the rap.
I wish I had those 2 years back.
What would you have done with them?
It's the things I wouldn't have done. When I got back to New York, I was broke. And I was terribly hurt. And bitter. I figured I'd get along the best way I could. Just then a Dr. Crosby turned up, like a bad card. And I played him.
Well, it's all past now, isn't it?
Yes, thank God.
Then let's forget it.
Isn't as easy as that.
Everything that's happened to you is my fault. Lynn, there's only one girl as far as I'm concerned. That's all there'll ever be.
Oh, I wish I could believe that.
Let me prove it. We'll start all over again. And this time we'll start clean.
Oh, that sounds grand. Looks like you've gotten in some new trouble. What is it this time?
Oh, I don't know. What about you?
What do you know about this?
I left Dr. Crosby that night.
Can you prove it?
I don't know. I could if I could find Nora.
Who's Nora?
Kid who used to be a friend of mine.
Well, let's get hold of her.
I said used to be. She walked out with practically every trinket I had.
Well, we'll have to find her.
What have they got on you?
Plenty. They've got my gun. The old German says he saw me going into Crosby's office. Identified my picture and then me.
Scotty. You lied to me once, and it hurt us both terribly. Tell me the truth now, please. You said that you were looking for me. Did you find Crosby that night?
Lynn, don't doubt me. I don't care what they think of you. Just believe me. They've got a snack tick on
There's your motive. Open and shut.
How'd you get that hunch?
One of Melody's bright boys left them together before. When I went to the door to let the girl in, I thought I heard voices. Looks like I was right. Yeah? Have him come in. Doorman from the Brevoort studio apartments. Come in, Costello.
Afternoon, Inspector.
How are you, Mike? Mike, you see pretty much everything that goes on in that apartment house of yours, don't you?
Pretty much everything, sir.
You were on duty the night that Crosby was shot?
Yes, sir, right on the job.
It was raining, wasn't it?
No, just stopped.
Well, we won't split hairs on that.
You were standing outside, Mike?
No, I was standing in the lobby. I can see all the cars coming up from there, and you see the phone is in there, so I can answer it.
I see. Well, now, Mike, maybe you can help us. Lubick tells us that he saw another man going into Crosby's office as he was leaving. You remember seeing anyone else coming in?
Come to think of it, there was. But I didn't think when he passed me he was going to the doctor's.
Well, now think carefully, Mike. Would you recognize this man if you saw him again?
I might at that.
Melody, get Scotty. Sit down, Mike.
Thank you, sir.
Come on in, Graham.
That's him, Inspector. Just as tall, the same walk.
You remember what he was wearing? Did he have on a gray cap?
No, it was a hat he was wearing.
See that, Chief? He's seen him. You couldn't trip Costello up. Well, Scotty, it looks like a cinch. 2 people seen you in the place.
Ah, well, they're both mistaken. I wasn't near the place. Well, it's your deal so far, Inspector. Maybe you can even tell me why I'm supposed to have plugged him.
Well, you had a pretty good reason at that.
How did I?
Yeah. I don't blame you for getting mad when you found out he was putting up for your gal.
We heard you.
Pretty dirty.
All right, Scotty, you asked for it and you got it. Now, come on, let's have it.
I tell you, I wasn't near the place.
All right, Mike, that's all. You can go. Thanks. Sit down. Right there, Professor.
Oh, dark in here, no?
Yeah, it's pretty gloomy.
Yeah.
Have you any idea of the time?
$7:30.
Thank you.
Maybe we're wrong. Maybe Crosby wasn't shot. From the size of this mob, it looks like he might have been trampled to death.
I'm going to release all of you. That is all except Scotty. We're going to hold him for the murder. I don't want any of you to get the idea that we're through with you, because we're not. So don't any of you leave town. We'll pick you up if we want you. All right, Melody.
Can I have my cab now? I ain't no good without it.
And you're no good with it. It's outside in the garage.
Thanks.
He's always hitting something.
I can go now, no?
You can go now, yes.
Thank you.
Well, I guess that's that, honey.
Don't worry about him. We'll take care of him all right. Kelly.
Scotty.
Put a tail on that girl and that German. I want him put to bed every night and waked in the morning.
What are you hanging around here for? Go on, beat it.
I can't.
Oh, you want your money, huh?
No. I just want to stay here. Now, that ain't too much to ask.
Go on, beat it.
Oh, lock me up, will you, please? I don't want to leave.
Nobody's gonna hurt you. You got a place to sleep, ain't you?
Well, maybe I haven't, and maybe I ain't. But I want to stay here, witches.
Well, you can't stay here. We're crowded. Besides, the chief says for you to go.
Oh, now, please, be a good guy and lock me up, will you? I won't bother nobody, honest. I just want to stay until...
Until what?
Until a couple of days. Hey, you got it. I hoisted that money. I stuck up a guy on Park Row.
I've been waiting for that. That's the ninth story.
You gotta lock me up for that.
We'll pick you up when we want you. Just as soon as somebody reports that he's been stuck up.
What are you afraid of, Willie? Has he been squealing on somebody down there again?
Not a word. It's the first time he hasn't squealed.
Get a radio car and send him home.
Right. Come on, Willie.
Oh, now,
Come
please.
Officer, come here a minute. What's wrong? I have to get to Astoria in a hurry, and this man refuses to take me.
Oh, he does, huh?
But I gotta phone my wife.
Get in and get going. He'll drive you all right. Yank down that flag and get going, or I'll give you a ticket. Don't you know the law?
Do I know the law?
Off you go.
The law, huh?
Come on, Willie. You're home.
Oh, can't I ride around, witches?
Come on, this isn't a rubber wagon. Pile out.
But the chief said that somebody was going to stay with me.
Yeah, what you need is a wet nurse. Get out.
Calling car 116. Calling car 116.
That's us.
Go to 599 West 63rd. Go to 599 West 63. Break up rowdy beer party. That is all.
What do we do with Willie?
Oh, I like riding. I'll go witches and help.
Check him out. Let's go. Come on.
Oh, now, hey,
Get out of here.
listen.
We're in a hurry. We can't wait.
I've got a job for you, Melody.
Swell. Where? When?
I want you to take this handkerchief down to Smallman in the laboratory. Take it easy. Don't shake it and don't wipe your nose on it.
Don't worry. I got one of my own.
That's the most important handkerchief you've ever handled. Tell Smallman to find out what those little black grains are on there.
Probably cinders.
Probably not.
Well, we can't split hairs.
And step on it.
All right.
What did she come to see the old guy for? That's what I don't get.
I don't know.
You better phone the chief.
McCurdy's phoning in for me.
But you couldn't have seen Scotty at Crosby's apartment because he wasn't there. I'm sure of it.
I have already told the police what man I saw.
But you could have been mistaken.
I am sorry, young lady, but it was no mistake.
Perhaps you didn't get a good look at him.
I am sorry, young lady, but I've already gone through all that with the police.
Maybe you didn't get any better look at him than you did at your watch when I asked you the time.
What? Watch?
You couldn't see the time.
Oh, no, no, please.
Don't you understand that I know?
What do you know?
You're almost blind.
Oh. 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 So you found out? You told them?
No.
You will tell?
Of course. I'll do anything to get Scotty out of this mess.
Ach, ja. So.
Don't you realize what you've done?
Yeah. I know. I know.
You've made a case against an innocent man.
What?
You've identified a man as a murderer. A man you didn't see. What are you trying to do, electrocute him?
No, no, no. Yeah. I lied. I lied. But you don't know why I lied.
No.
All clear. Try it now. Somebody get a doctor. It's no use. 6,000 volts.
How did it happen? Didn't anyone look at the switch?
I pulled the switch myself. I know I did. I pulled it, I tell you.
Get something and cover him over.
You're afraid they'll find out.
Huh? They will know. What shall I do?
If you tell them the truth about Scotty, I give you my word I'll do everything I can to help you.
Yeah. Yeah. I will. I will tell them.
Fine. Well, shall we go now?
Yeah.
The accident dame and the old German say they want to see you.
All right, have him come in. Hello, Luby. Miss Ashton. Sit down. Well, what's on your mind?
I found out something I think you should know.
What is it?
Well, Mr. Lubeck has something to tell you, but he's afraid to.
Why?
I've given him my word that you wouldn't ask that. It's another matter entirely. It's just something on his conscience.
You mean it has nothing to do with Crosby?
Nothing at all.
Well, let's have it.
Well, Inspector, Mr. Lubeck can't see 3 feet ahead of him. He's going blind.
What?
He admitted to me that he didn't see Scotty that night. I know why he told you he did, but that's between the two of us.
Is this true, Lubick? You didn't see Scotty?
Yeah, she told you right. I say that because...
Why? You said it doesn't make any difference, does it?
It might.
What about Scotty?
Lubick's identification of Scotty is only one thread.
What about the rest of the evidence? Well, I've just shown you by what Mr. Lubeck says that one part of it is wrong, but the rest of it can be just as wrong.
It's not the business of the police to break down evidence. It's our job to build it up.
Oh, but I know Scotty didn't kill Crosby. And he tells me he didn't. I know he's telling the truth. Oh, Inspector, you've got to believe in him.
There's something here in your favor. The whole case has taken a new twist.
And you'll help us?
Maybe.
Please, you don't want me anymore.
No, you may go.
Mr. Lubeck, I don't know how to thank you enough.
You mustn't thank me. It is I who caused you all the trouble. Yeah.
I'm going to give Scotty a chance to prove if he's on the level. That is, if he's game enough.
Oh, he'll do anything.
Yes, I know, but he may not do the right thing. However, I'll take a gamble. I have an idea of my own. Melody, bring up Graham. Scotty, this girl has almost convinced me that you're not such a bad guy.
Hmm?
I said almost. She's brought in some new evidence that may help your case. I'm going to give you a chance that may help you clear yourself. That is, if you're willing to take a gamble. It's up to you.
Well, let's have it.
It makes it necessary that I trust you. She says that I can. I hope she's right.
I'll play square.
Well, you'd better, Scotty. Because if you don't, I'm going to send you up, if it's the last thing that I ever do. Sit down. Now, here's what happens.
Don't touch that switch. Keep your hands up and turn around. Don't be surprised. I busted out a tighter spots than the one they had me in. And I've got a record for always squaring my bets.
What do you want to do?
Settle a few things with you, and I'll take time off to tell you why. You said you saw me going into Crosby's apartment. You know you didn't. I want to know why.
I thought it was you.
Now, this isn't a squirt gun. It's going to go off unless you tell me the truth.
I tell you, I thought it was you. Put that down. Put it down.
Why did you say you saw me?
I didn't see you. I'll tell him I didn't. I'll tell him. I had to say something. Well, you had your nerve with you that time, Scotty.
Thanks, Inspector.
Told you I'd get him, didn't I? Come on, you. You're wanted at headquarters.
All right, Scotty.
Who is it?
Sir, headquarters. Come on, open up.
Just a sec.
Oh, Willie.
My wife must be off her nut from worry.
Take it easy, will you, please? What do you think you're going to, a fire? Don't worry, she'll be home when you got there.
You know, it's funny.
picking up a neighbor way over in Astoria.
Oh, yeah, it's very funny. That's how you're named Bobby.
Well, you bump into all sorts of people.
Look out, will you?
Mamma mia, mi hai rovinato le ponnane,
Hey, what's happening, an accident?
The law. Mr. Policeman, this man is a bad man. Look, all of my caput.
Whatever I said under pressure. Well, it really doesn't make any difference. We've got you anyway. You got nothing on me. No? No. Well, maybe I can change your mind. Let me reconstruct this for you. You know, the thing that always worried me was, if you were on duty in the lobby as you say you were, why did Crosby run past you into the street? I mean, after all, a man who's shot doesn't run past someone who can help him, does he? That's what gave me my first tip. Then I paid you a visit. I found the steel filings from the gun where you tried to scrape off the serial number. I don't think I'll have any trouble pinning the ownership of the gun on you. Then you made your last slip when you found yourself in a spot and you identified Scotty just because the German did. He has since told us that it wasn't Scotty. And if it wasn't for the fact that the German was almost blind, you're the one that he would have identified, Costello, because you were the one that he saw that night. Is that all? No. No, before I left your room, I found what I was looking for. Your motive. You see, that's the thing that worried me. I found your bank book. Any doorman who makes $15,000 a year doesn't do it opening and closing cab doors. And from the notes alongside your deposits, and knowing Crosby's practice as I do, I'm pretty sure of the fact that you were blackmailing some of Crosby's patients. He found it out. You shot him.
Is that all?
Well, I think perhaps you'll find that that will be plenty. Barnes, take him downstairs and cool him off. You know, it might be a good thing that you two went through this. Might be a lesson to you. You've both got a lot to live down. We'll get along.
Inspector, you made me a promise and kept it. Now I'm going to make you one. You won't have any more trouble with either of us.
Oh, here. Here are your, your jewels. Say, by the way, who chiseled you out of them?
Oh, a friend of mine with a baby face.
Hmm. Wait a minute. Don't go. Yeah?
This Willie McGuire you sent me up to watch, well,
Well, what?
well, he's been murdered, shot twice through the head.
All right, stay on the job. I'll send somebody up. Say, about those jewels, would you like to get them back? Maybe we can help you.
I'd just as soon forget them.
Well, so long, Inspector. And thanks.
Good luck to both of you. And try to keep out of trouble, will you?
You bet.
Bye. Somebody just bumped off Willie. Go on up and have a look in, will you?
Say, what are you going to do? Start this thing all over again?
Will you beat it?
Would you like to go along with me?
I'd be too lonesome.
All right, here's another.
Thanks. This looks like a plain case of suicide to me.
Okay, Inspector. From now on, I'll get my murders out of books. You know, everyone to his own racket.